Welcome back, welcome back. I'm ready, you're ready. Let's do this. Today is such a beautiful video because we are talking all about hot girl autumn, soft girl autumn. We hear a lot from the summer fan club and the winter fan club about those kind of seasons being the best time of year to basically disappear for 3 months and come back unrecognizable or whatever. This is going to be a little bit different, okay? Because autumn is a transitional season. It's the perfect time to do a reset. Today's video is not about pressuring yourself to become this perfect human that doesn't really even exist. It's more about how are we going to have the best time this season honoring ourselves, having some self-care, making the time for our personal styles. Actually, I'm in New Zealand and we are moving into spring, which is another beautiful transitional time of year. So if you're down here in the Southern Hemisphere, these tips will also work for you, I hope. Get ready to hop on board the Hogwarts Express and let's go, guys. September the 1st is on its way. Tip number 1 on our checklist is don't panic, okay? Sometimes at this time of year, we have this feeling of like, I'm behind, or, I've let some of my routine slip, or, like I've lost progress or something like that. And so the first thing is really just take a breath. Every single day is a new start. Every day is a fresh start, and you have a chance every single day to choose your mindset. There is genuinely so much hyperbole around the idea of hot girl anything right now, like self-improvement, but kind of coming from a place of almost like, I'm not good enough and like I need to do better. I really think that we need to check that in ourselves a little bit, because nobody needs that extra pressure on themselves, like we get so much external pressure. We don't need to be putting that pressure on ourselves as well, and like having this negative self-talk, even if we're trying to use it in a way of like being motivational. They have literally done like actual concrete studies to show that that is not the way to motivate yourself. It's not, the way to create lasting change. So really coming at a new season or like any new kind of glow up energy, coming at it from a place of like, I love myself and that's why I want to do better for myself, or I am okay with how I am, I know who I am, I love who I am, and that is why I'm like so excited to get dressed every morning. That's why I'm so excited for this new season of opportunity. Yeah, more of that kind of energy, okay? So that's where we're going to start. That's going to be our framework, and we're going to stack all of our tips on top of that. If you are here for the hot girl autumn trip, for the soft girl autumn journey with me, please drop me a heart or like a little like falling leaves emoji down below, and like I'll come and say hi because I got you. The next tip is to reset your mood board. If you don't have a mood board, now is the perfect time to create one. It's so fun. I feel like it's like this little, again, moment of self-care where you are really delving into your own emotional state and what do you want to create, what do you want to call in, what do you want to look like and feel like for this next season. And each new season has such a different mood. So chances are, if you already have a mood board, it's probably more so reflecting the style and the inspirations that you've had for the past season. And then whenever the weather starts to shift, you start to feel pulled in a slightly different direction as far as your personal style and the things that inspire you. So resetting your mood board is a great way to just have this time at the start of the season to create this style compass, this North Star, this little touchstone that you can come back to throughout the season that will remind you the things that are inspiring to you, the things that you want to aspire to be or to feel. And it doesn't have to be this super, super literal, it's not like a spreadsheet, okay? A mood board is called a mood board for a reason. It's something that evokes a mood. It's something that is more based on the emotional response that it brings up in you. So you could have a picture of a black cat on your mood board. You could have a picture of, cloudy skies. These aren't things that are going to be physically going onto our actual body, but nonetheless, they have this sort of je ne sais quoi kind of inspiration about them, where you are reminded of the mood that you're trying to evoke when you're getting dressed. Next, I want you to revisit your style words and add a seasonal modifier. This is honestly such like a game changer, okay? I had this brainwave like a little while ago and I was thinking, why is it that every single season I feel like switching out my personal style words? I feel like every time a new season rolls around, suddenly I'm like switching moods, I'm switching modes, and my style is genuinely shifting to fit within the capsule of that season. So personally, well, I'm going into spring, obviously. So I have my 3 core style words, which are disheveled, luxe, feline. And those are 3 words that speak to me. And then, so for spring, my modifier is going to be feminine because it reminds me of the flowers and the new life and like the blue skies that are opening up, the fresh, light, bright mornings, all of that. Whereas moving into autumn, it might be something darker and deeper, more like vamp, maybe. So have your 3 style words that keep you true to your core and then see if it works to add on this +1 of a seasonal modifier so that even though you're keeping your core of your style, you also have this new flavor that's entering. You also have this new inspiration, and it's just one single word, so it's not going to be too overwhelming of like a list of like 12 style words that you have to keep in your head. And if you do choose to add a style modifier, please write it down below and let me know what it is for you. Because again, super nosy, curious. I love to know what you guys are thinking and doing with your personal style. Next, we're going to reset our sleep schedule, okay? Has this got anything to do with personal style? I think so, because everything, it's like our routines are everything, okay? Our like personal schedule is everything. How we manage our time and our energy is so crucial, especially when it comes to like how we genuinely look in our personal style when we go out the door. It's totally fine to have this like image in your head of how you want to be, how you want to dress, like what your personal style actually is. And like having a self-concept like that is great, but if it's not translating into what you're actually putting on your body day to day because your routines are slacking or because you don't have the right amount of time in the mornings, like what is the point of having that idealized version of your personal style if you're not putting it into practice and actually wearing the things that you want to be wearing? So that's why I'm coming to sleep schedules and resetting them. The day length is changing, the clocks are going to be changing in a few weeks' time, and it's really good time now to start thinking about, do I want to start going to bed earlier? Do I need to start getting up earlier? Is there something that needs to shift? Because the earth is tilting, the light is changing, our circadian rhythms are actually genuinely shifting and changing with that. And so if you feel like your sleep has slipped a little bit, or you're getting a little bit lazy in the mornings, or you feel like you don't have enough time to get ready, just pay a little bit more attention to what would my perfect sleep schedule look like or feel like for me right now. We don't have to get this perfect all the time, but as long as we know something that we're going to aim for. I mean, it's obviously different according to, your work schedule, your school schedule, whether you have a family or not, but knowing the like legitimate parameters that you have in your life and then working your sleep schedule around that. Like it's easy to slip with your sleep schedule and be like, oh, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It's not going to make that much of a difference. But if that's eating into your time of like how much time you have to get ready in the morning, it's going to add on that extra bit of stress and it's going to detract from your feeling of peace, of calm, and of just readiness for greeting the day and greeting the world and actually putting that effort into showing up for yourself and your personal style. I feel like this also includes, when do you decide what you're going to wear? Like, when are you picking out your outfits? Is this an evening task or a morning task? And then working with, the amount of time that you have in the mornings and the evenings and your sleep schedule, figure out when is the best time for you, when are you most like creatively available, and when do you have the most time to genuinely put into deciding what you're going to put on your body so that you're not leaving it to the last minute, you're not being rushed, and there's just a little bit of planning and forethought there so that you can greet your day with grace and get about your business. New season, new colors. This is something that's so exciting. I love bringing in new colors for the season, and I feel like the new season always inspires some type of new color story for me in my imagination. So autumn is like those richer tones, those berry tones, those forest tones, earth tones. And then obviously for me in spring, it's a little bit of a different story, but I digress. Think about the colors of the season that you're going into right now, and any of them that really inspire you, maybe that you don't already have in your wardrobe, and just be prepared to bring some of those colors in, whether that's either in an eyeshadow, a lipstick, could be a t-shirt, it could be a really, really low investment item, but just bringing in those colors just allows you to plant yourself fully into the new season and feel like you have that refresh for your wardrobe. And I'm not really about kind of gratuitous consumerism here on this channel. So these could be items that you literally wear year in and year out. You always take out that gorgeous chocolate brown jacket every single autumn. You're excited to wear it. And yeah, I just love that idea of you can have pieces that live within a season and then you store them away and pull them out for the next season. And so, yeah, keep it within like 1, 2, 3 new colors or colors that you wear every single autumn. But leaning into the new colors is such a beautiful way to just like get so excited and so inspired for the season. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting 1 or 2 new things, especially if they're on your wish list. So speaking of pulling out pieces, okay, it's time for a mini wardrobe reset. And I know that some people prefer to have all of their clothes out for the whole year and always have them available. And I like to do that with a vast majority of my wardrobe. However, there are seasonal specific pieces that I like to store away when the weather's getting cooler and then, pull them out again when the season is appropriate. And I feel like you always end up with pieces that you like kind of forgot that you owned. And even though some people kind of like get guilty on themselves for that and like, how could I forget about this piece? Maybe it means that I don't love it enough, la 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 la. I feel like for me, I actually really enjoy that process of forgetting and remembering because it means that I get to shop my clothes. It means that I don't have to spend more money on items, but I can still be excited about something as if it's new, even though I may have owned it for years. And it means that it sort of gets to rest for a few months and then it gets to be reappreciated with fresh eyes. And I'm not, getting tired of seeing the same things day in and day out, day in and day out. So to me, having this little time for a mini wardrobe reset it's exciting. It's like, it's fresh, it's new, it's something that brings a little bit of an oomph to your wardrobe, even if you're not buying anything new, even if you're just pulling out old pieces that you've literally worn dozens of times before as well. And you get that instant hit of nostalgia of like remembering all the parties you wore that top to, or like all the times that you had this time last year as well. This is also a great time to revisit your style uniform or to create one simply from new for this season. Chances are that you will have some outfits that you've been wearing on repeat for the last season, and depending on where you live and like how different it is from one season to the next, you might be able to still work with the same base outfit and then just add on a few extra layers to make it work, or you might just like to start again from scratch. Maybe you dress yourself completely differently for the transitional seasons than you do, during the hotter seasons of summer. Either way, coming up with a new style uniform for the season, it's a great way to become like reacquainted with your autumn wardrobe. It's a great way to really be aware of the pieces that you actually own. And it's a great way also to identify any wardrobe gaps so that you can then put those items onto your wish list and acquire them for the season. It's such a great way to be like inspired by what you already own and then to be really, really clear on like what are the pieces of clothing that I actually do rewear year after year. What are my personal basics, and you sort of get reattuned to your own personal taste because as soon as you go outside for inspiration, you get like overwhelmed and like there's so much possibilities. And then you kind of end up in this like limbo state of not really remembering who you are and how you like to dress. So as soon as you get like cut all of that off and get in front of your own clothes, there's so much more clarity that comes. There's so much more power and discernment that comes from that. And then that brings me to the wish list, because the wish list keeps you on track. The wish list keeps you on brand, and the wish list keeps you really focused on spending your energy, spending your money, spending your budget on items that are going to serve you, and not just like any like inspiration that like drifts across your vision from social media or wherever. I'll link my French Girl 5-piece wardrobe video that I did down below, because that's pretty much all about wish listing and how to use wish listing in a powerful way to curate a wardrobe over time that lasts and that really suits you and your personal style. Even if you have the budget to buy something right now, and even if you have the budget to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe for your autumn, personal style right now, you really need to be asking yourself those completely discerning questions like, where am I going to be wearing this piece? Can I think of 3 to 5 outfits I'm going to wear this piece with? Have I ever decluttered anything like this before? Is it just one of my Achilles heel pieces that I always keep buying and then it just sits in my wardrobe and I never wear it, but I can't stop myself from buying it? What is that? Do I already own like tons of similar pieces to this? Is it expanding my style vocabulary, or is it just keeping me in the same comfort zone? And both of those are actually fine, by the way. But it's just knowing, like having an answer to that question that you feel comfortable with. Is there something else other than this piece of clothing that's on sale or that's so shiny or that I really want? Is there another piece that I genuinely really want more or would prefer to own instead? I think it can be really helpful to have that comparison sometimes with items. Like, okay, if I have this X amount of budget, like, would I prefer to spend it here or would I prefer to spend it there? And that can really stop you from spending frivolously or spending in places where you kind of just got excited about something, but then it wasn't really exactly what you wanted. Also, does it match my style words? Obviously, does it encapsulate the mood that I'm trying to bring for this season? And also, does it have any of my pet peeves kind of attributes? And I'll link my pet peeves video as well down below up high somewhere, because that might be helpful as well. Next, have a style goal for the season. I mean, how fun is this? Come on now. Having a style goal can be really good for those kind of drama dressing days where you kind of don't know which way you want to lean and you just need to pick a direction and go there. So having a style goal could be something like, I want to feel good in my clothes every single day. It could be, I want to get dressed every single day, no matter if it's just going to be a homebody day, I'm not going to see anybody, but I'm still going to get dressed for me, for my mindset, for my mental health. It could be like, I want to get the cost per wear down on those gorgeous pair of boots that I bought, but now I'm like too scared to wear them. Whatever the case may be, just have a fun little goal. It's only for 3 months, it's 12 weeks. It's so achievable, it's so doable. This goal doesn't have to be this big, lofty ideal of like, I'm going to lose 20 kilos or something bizarre. It just has to be something small, achievable, doable, that makes you feel good on a daily basis and that you can keep coming back to, again, kind of like as a touchstone to keep you going and moving forward and in your lane and enjoying your life during this hot girl autumn. And if you can't think of a goal, because sometimes we kind of get like a mind blank and like, what would I even want? So think about like in 3 months' time when you're looking back on this season, what is the thing that you wish you would have been doing every day? What is the thing that you wish you would have aspired to? And like, what are the feelings that you want to have felt during the next season? All right, last one, and it's a doozy, okay? We're going to let go of any self-sabotaging behaviors. In general, yes, please. But also, let's just talk about it in terms of personal style for a moment. There is so many blocks that you can have to your personal style due to self-sabotage. And I really don't hear anybody talking about this on the like kind of fashion channel kind of community. Probably because, it's a bit on the deeper side. It's more psychological. It's more into the kind of self-development kind of realms. So this is something that's really a little bit deeper than just like, I don't know how to put together a jeans and a t-shirt look. I don't understand the style elements. Like anybody can understand those surface level things, those style elements, how colors go together, color theory, design, all of that kind of thing. That's more surface level that anybody can study and then apply in their lives. But the self-sabotaging behaviors, they are internal, they are personal, and there needs to be some sort of way that you can focus on improving your self-image, improving your self-concept so that you feel confident, so that you know that you are loved, and so that you are able to present your best foot forward. A lot of personal style is about strength and confidence and knowing who you are on a deeper level. Are there things that you are pinning and wish listing, but then when it comes to the crunch, you're not buying them? You're still shopping the sales, you're still equivocating with your style, you're still keeping yourself stuck in your little comfort zone instead of buying the things that you actually are looking at and lusting after and really, really wanting. This is a self-sabotaging behavior. We need to break this cycle, and that's going to take a little bit of deeper work. If you're like, say, wanting to dress one way, but then you can't seem to break yourself out of the style rut or out of the comfort zone, this is self-sabotage, and we need to find a way to break this cycle. Are you thinking toxic thoughts about yourself, about your body, about your image, about I'm not good enough to wear XYZ? This is self-sabotage. I mean, why do we do this to ourselves? We can find ways to tell ourselves a new story about ourselves, about what we deserve, about who we are. You deserve to feel beautiful every day. You deserve to feel like a goddess every single day. You deserve to feel queen energy and to be embodying that energy. You deserve to feel and to know for yourself, I am beautiful, I am loved, I have my confidence, and I get to wear exactly whatever I want. It doesn't matter how I look to myself or to the outside world. I get to wear exactly what I want. I get to feel good in my body. I get to feel good in my clothes. And I deserve to love myself and reflect that love into my self-care and my personal style. I feel like now's the time. Now's the time. I feel like so many of us are genuinely ready to like stop these self-sabotaging behaviors. We're sick of having these toxic thoughts. We're sick of like behaving one way but wishing that we were behaving another way. I will link a podcast down below that I have been listening to, and she talks about glowing up and like personal self-confidence and all that kind of thing. And I find it very empowering. I find her very relatable to listen to. So I'll link her down below if you want more resources to help you on this journey, because it is a journey. And that concludes our list of 10 tips how we can glow up for autumn. I am so happy that you guys are here. That's everything for today. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. And I'll see you so shortly in my next one. Bye. Okay, I think that's everything. Lip balm, yeah, lip balm.